down payment. What was your actual down payment, Mike, on your very first truck?
First truck I paid about, I don't recall right now, but it was anywhere between $10,000 and $12,000. And that was in 2002.
Well, you know what? By far, that's going to be your number one biggest expense when you're starting to get into trucking and buying your first truck. You know, I think nowadays it's probably easier because there are a lot of programs that can alleviate that. But I mean, did you even have those options back then? I don't even know if it was a thing, man.
No, I didn't. So when I bought a truck, I had to go to the dealer. First-time buyer with CDL. I had 1 year's experience or something like that at that point. It was very straightforward, 25% down. I bought a truck that was about 40-something thousand. Back in those days,
right,
you were getting about 450,000 mile truck for $45,000.
Here we go.
And the down payment again was about $10,000 to $12,000, and that was the cost to get in the truck.
And not to mention like the interest rate on something like that, and then everything else to get you going because you got insurance, the plates, and everything else that comes along with getting that truck on the actual road.
Yeah, by the way, when I look at what we actually offering these days, or what the industry is offering these days, man, like back in the day, it was not on my table. I had to buy a truck, so $10,000 to $12,000 to get the truck off the lot. I had to get my own insurance. I had to get my own plates. That's again another $2,000 right there. What else?
Back then you didn't get fuel cards, man. That's a newer thing. Back in the day, there were no fuel cards.
Yes, the fuel also same thing. Used to carry a pile of cash to pay for fuel because when you go to a truck stop, cash price versus credit price.
Yeah.
And that was a big deal. So you literally needed about $20,000 just to start moving and start making money, start getting into this business.
So the idea of the video, there's hope because it's a lot easier to get into this if that's your goal to get into it. You can still have the same amount of money that you used as a down payment and actually get started for $10,000, $15,000. You can be in that range and actually become an owner-operator.
I actually think these days, when I look at the owner-operator opportunities, yeah, some will complain, will say, well, the trucks got more expensive. You know, yeah, but, you know, the dollar became cheaper too. And at the same time, back in the day, when the dollar had a lot more value than it does right now, man, I had to come up with $10,000 to $12,000 just for a down pament.
And then,
and that's not counting everything else. And these days, we see the guys coming over from Lone Mountain, just to mention one, $3,000 to $5,000, and they get the truck, a really, really decent truck with a fairly low mileage, this perfect owner-operator machine. I call them half-life trucks.
But it's still the truck that you used to dream about when you first got started.
No, absolutely. And you put $3,000 to $5,000 down, even if you get your own plate. And what else? Every company these days offers fuel cards, so that's not even a problem. And let's say you need a couple $1,000s just to make that truck your own. Let's say power inverter, refrigerator, maybe little things like that. Yeah. If the truck doesn't have it, because these days we see a lot of trucks that come from the fleet with that stuff already there. So I think for $10,000, that's barely, that's the lowest mark that I was able to take the truck out of the parking lot. You can actually be up and running with a truck that's already sort of made for you, with your own plates, with your own everything, and you can have a lot of money put to the side as well.
So there you have it, guys. Where there's a will, there's a way. So if those guys are looking to start to get into trucking, you actually may not need as much money as you thought. You definitely need a little something, though. You don't want to come in too strapped. But nevertheless, if you're interested, click that link below. That'll take you to that Lone Mountain application, and you can get the party started right away.
And if you guys need any help, especially you guys from Central Florida, give us a call, 863-342-5171. Dr. Christian, he helps you out to go through all the application process and so on. We know people at Lone Mountain, we make it super, super easy. And if I have to make one last message before we wrap up this video, spend the least amount of money for the best truck that you can get. And that's a good business start, because even if you have $20,000 and you can buy a truck for $20,000 straight up, you are better off getting a truck, the best truck that you can afford, out of the lot for $3,000 to $5,000, and keep that extra $5,000 or whatnot for the repairs, for whatever you may need, because trucking is very expensive business. You want to have some cash in your pocket before you hit the road.
So there you have it, guys.